Hello and welcome. Another exciting edition of Sports This Morning has just kicked off from Channels Television Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. Thanks for joining in. My name is Austin Okonakwa. Of course, we welcome our viewers in Benin, Abuja, and to you wherever you are in the world watching Channels Television. Let's talk sports now. Where have we been talking about this crisis going on in the Nigerian Football Federation? NFF Drama Series 33. What's going on? We're expecting to hear from the Okechukwu Ajora panel as regards the September 30th elections. Now, what we hear is that they're looking up to God to do the right thing. Remember, Pastor Ike Ibokwe is challenging the elections that brought in Amaju Pinnick. I remember that election took place on the 30th of September in Warri. He says that the election should be nullified, and the Okechukwu Ajora panel has been looking into it. That's the Elections Appeals Committee. We're waiting for a decision to be made, but at the moment, all we can tell you is that they're looking up to God to do the right thing. Issues going on in Nigerian football. We'll take a look at all that is going down as we expect a decision to be made by that panel. Let's leave the crisis going on in Nigerian football and talk about rugby. Yes, we told you that Team Nigeria, they have arrived in Harare, Zimbabwe for the Africa Sevens Championship. The championship will begin on Friday and run till Saturday. So Nigeria, giving that one a try. Hopefully, if they do well, it might just spark up some development in rugby in Nigeria. They've been drawn in the same pool as Kenya and host country Zimbabwe. We'll talk about that one today also on the show. Quickly, let's talk about football now. Arsenal Football Club of England. There's some hope for the Gunners as they bounced back from that Saturday's defeat to Manchester United. They defeated Borussia Dortmund by 2-0 to seal their place in the round of 16 in the UEFA Champions League, which makes it the 15th consecutive season in a row that the Gunners are making it to the knockout phase of the competition. But Arsene Wenger, remember, Arsenal hasn't gone beyond that stage in the last 5 years. Wenger says this time around they will do something different, and he has hailed the character of the team in the way they responded in that game against Borussia Dortmund. On a rather sad note, not a good one for cricket all over the world. Phil Hughes, after being struck by a short pitch ball, has died this morning. Not a good one at all. Hughes has been in critical condition for about 2 days and has been confirmed death. Not a good one in any way for sports or cricket. Let's come back home now and take a look at what's going on. But meanwhile, let's find out what exactly happened to Hughes. The Australian cricketer died in hospital this morning, 2 days after the batsman was struck on the head by a bouncer during a domestic match. Keith Bradshaw is the South Australian Cricket Association chief executive and has been struggling to find words to describe the loss. Let's listen to it and I'll come back. We'll talk. Stay with us.
Thank you. Sorry. On behalf of the South Australian Cricket Association, I want to say our thoughts and our prayers are with the family of Philip Hughes' family today. Everyone at SACA is hurting, but our immediate thoughts are for Philip's family who are with him at St Vincent's Hospital in Sydney. This is a devastating day for all of us who knew Philip. The entire cricketing community is in shock and struggling to come to terms with the death of such a popular and talented player. Loved by everyone, Philip was a quality guy and a remarkable talent. He had many friends and teammates both here, interstate and overseas, and it is important that we offer them all the support and space they need to help deal with this tragic event. He will be sorely missed by his cricketing family here in South Australia and all around the world. Thank you.
So that's it. Bradshaw speaking after the death of Phil Hughes. The Australian cricketer died after he was struck on the head by a short pitch ball. Not a good one. You saw him struggling to find the words to describe the loss of the cricketer. Big tragedy for cricket all over the world. We pray nothing as this happen again till the end of the year. So that's it. Welcome on board Sports this morning on Channels Television. You know, always an exciting world of sport, action-packed, and of course, the drama going on in Nigerian Football Federation will always get us talking. But today on the program, we'll try to stay with a lot of the action, particularly talking about the UEFA Champions League and of course the NBA. Yes, we're seeing some stunning results. But if you want to be part of the show, you can, and we invite you to be part of this show this morning. On Twitter, we're channels_sports. We're getting loads of comments already. A lot of people are asking questions about the future of Coach Stephen Keshi. We'll read your comments today on the program. And then on Facebook with Channels-Sports. We actually have a thread on Facebook where the National Sports Commission is saying they will leave the job of either letting go of Coach Stephen Keshi or him staying to the Nigerian Football Federation. That thread is running on Facebook. I'm getting comments. Feel free to stop by and give us your questions, comments, and suggestions as regards the discussion that we're having on Facebook. On Facebook, we're Channels-Sports, and on Twitter, we're Channels_sports. Action-packed world of sports. We welcome you to be part of the show. Now let's talk sports. Tara Salam joins us on the program. Tara, good to have you here again.
Yep, Austin. It's a shame, sad story. Very
really
tragic.
sad.
About Philip Hughes, 25 years old, and this kind of situation reminds you of the danger in some of the sports that we love and enjoy. It's a very sad one for the cricketing community, and when I heard the news this morning, I was really devastated, even though I've never met the guy before. But you can understand why we as sports people, we really feel really sad when these things happen. It's a shame, really. We just have to wish his family the fortitude to bear the loss.
Promising cricketer. While the game between Arsenal and Borussia Dortmund was going on, I had to go on Twitter to say, let's say a prayer for this dude. I mean, he's still critical. Just to let you know, Tara, that he had scored 63 runs before he was struck on the head. For a player, that's his last innings, in the last innings for that matter, and he had scored 63 runs. That means he's a fantastic cricketer.
Definitely. Huge upside to his game as well. He had played 52 times for Australia, and for this to happen is a major tragedy. We hope, like you said, we hope it doesn't happen again.
Okay, let's come back now and talk about a Nigerian, not a tragedy, but we wish him a speedy recovery. Victor Moses out for 6 weeks. Picked up that thigh injury in that game against Burnley. You can be safe to say it's a blow for Stoke City.
Yeah, definitely massive blow for Stoke, as well as Victor Moses himself. He's had a great season so far. He's been playing regularly. He's a first-time teamer for Stoke City, and for him to just pick up his injury right now, it's a major setback. Hopefully he's able to recover on time so he can start playing again, because I want to look at the Nigerian angle to it. The Super Eagles right now, we know the disaster that happened a couple of weeks ago, not qualifying for the Nations Cup. I'm thinking it's a new era for the country now. It's time to build another national team, and I'm looking at the other likes of Victor Moses, still very young and still very good, to be a part of that setup. So the sooner he returns from injury, the better it will be for Nigeria.
I mean, he would have loved to actually make that trip to Anfield to play Liverpool, remember?
Yeah, it was on loan there. He didn't really have a great time, and it's good to see him happy and enjoying and having fun playing football again this time around. But then these things happen. Austin, you play the game as well, so even though you play at a very low level, you're bound to pick up injuries. So you can imagine how it is at a professional level. So good luck to Victor Moses as regards his rehabilitation from this thigh injury.
Okay, Tara, let's move on swiftly. And this time around, let's talk about Coach Stephen Keshi. I told you that the National Sports Commission, they say, hey, guys, it's not our job. Yes, we oversee everything that goes on with sports in the country, but let's leave Coach Stephen Keshi and his role as Super Eagles coach to that of the Nigerian Football Federation. And I think that to an extent is making them independent.
Yeah, that's the way it's done everywhere in the world. Austin, before I go into that issue proper, I think we might just need to start a drama series for for the Super Eagles.
Let's end this one with the NFL first.
But seriously though, that's the way it's done everywhere. the influences coming from the NSC shouldn't really be there.
Yeah.
If you take a look around the world, Roy Hodgson was appointed by the FA. Carlos Dunga was actually appointed by the CBF, the sports ministry. So it's just the way it's done everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
I don't get why when it comes to Nigeria, it tends to be a little bit complicated. It shouldn't be so. NFF, Amaju Pinnick and his board, and they have the prerogative to actually appoint a very good coach for Nigeria. If they want to stick with Keshi, fine. If they want to get a foreign coach, I don't have any problems with that at all.
I totally agree with you, Tayo. And then the president of Nigeria Football Federation, Amaju Pinnick, has come out to say they want to keep Coach Stephen Keshi, and they have a lot of programs in place. And so we've heard about sending referees on courses, sending people to learn how to read games. It's about time we start hearing about developmental projects geared towards talent discovery and then protecting the future.
Yeah, definitely. That's very key. That's very crucial. And everything I've heard Amaju Pinnick talk about so far, it seems he has all these things we've talked about covered in them. Is short-term and long-term targets and goals for the country. It's a good one. But I want to go back to you always mention it's reading games. And that's very key, because I always talk about, before every match, I always talk about a scouting report. A scouting report.
That's about your opponents.
Exactly. And it's so comprehensive nowadays to the point where you know every single thing about your opponents. You know when they receive the ball on the left, you know what they're going to do next with it. It's so comprehensive. I don't think we've gotten to that level yet in Nigeria, because I believe if we have, Rotsi guy would have done what he did to Ryan Lawal and then Bekir and all Omeru and the likes would have done, because I spoke about that guy the day before the game. If the scouting report on him was out, they would have dealt with him in a better way, but it wasn't meant to be. So hopefully we get to that level.
I agree with you, Tayo, and at that level it requires a huge level of professionalism.
Definitely.
So you as a match reader doesn't try to tell the coach's job.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the way it is. I hope we really get to that level. Football is really gone scientific now. You have the sports scientists doing their thing. You have the sports psychologists doing their thing. Nigeria, I believe, will get there eventually. Hopefully, this new NFF board can really take us to that level. Stephen Keshi can't do everything by himself. He can't be the same guy compiling scouting reports on opponents. That's why we need that area sorted as well for the Super Eagles.
Totally agree with you, Tayo, and that's it. Updates coming with regards to Coach Stephen Keshi. A lot of football fans in Nigeria are talking, and then I'll just read some messages on Facebook. We'll be talking too much from Twitter. Today, let's take comments, questions, and suggestions from Facebook. Where Kamigan says, true talk coming from the National Sports Commission. I think what the current NFF is planning is in the right direction. Coach Stephen Keshi should take advantage of the opportunity, go for the training, and develop himself. We need a coach that can put national interest above personal equality that Keshi lacks.
Wow, I don't know about
the last part of the talk.
I don't know about that part of him lacking quality, but you can't deny the fact that he's led Nigeria to win the Nations Cup. He's got a great CV relatively, and unfortunately this time around it didn't work for him in terms of qualifying for the Nations Cup next year. But then we'll see how it goes really with Keshi. I personally, I thought he was going to leave after the World Cup. I thought that was the perfect time to go, and having achieved everything he's achieved on the continent, I felt he would have a lot of suitors coming for him. Then he won't be sticking around too long here, because as a sportsman, you need to know when to leave. It's better you leave when the ovation is loudest. But he hasn't done that now. He's managed to actually soil his reputation a little bit by what just happened, failing to qualify for the Nations Cup. But I hope he can bounce back, really. If he doesn't bounce back with Nigeria, I hope he bounces back with another African team.
But I hope he really bounces back with Nigeria, because remember in the year 2012, Nigeria had this it's a similar situation with Coach Samson Siasia. Coach Stephen Keshi can actually stay and turn things around, since he actually knows the players, and with the programs that the Nigerian Football Federation are having in place, football in Nigeria can shine again. So a quick update on our rugby players in Zimbabwe. They're called the Black Stallions.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're getting ready for the Africa Sevens Championship. And yesterday we said that that's the right way good to go for exposure.
Yeah, definitely. Playing, if you play, you get better. There's not two ways about that. And it's good to see them, they've arrived safely and they're ready for the match. So all we can do is wish them well in the competition proper.
So